Welcome back to this channel. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe. This is Study with Henry, and we'll be looking at Intro to Information Technology. So our learning objective here is the meaning of information technology, the part of information technology, how it is being used in education, the definition of virtual, and lastly, the job and careers. Let's move on. So what do you mean by information technology? Now, information technology describes the technology or any technology that helps to produce, manipulate, store, communicate, and also distribute or disseminate information. Now, remember in the definition, they said it is any technology that helps to produce, manipulate, store, communicate, or disseminate information. So, an example of this information technology includes 1. The personal computers, but also various forms of handheld devices. So, now let me write the definition over here. So, information technology describes. So this is the meaning of information technology. Information technology describes any technology that helps to manipulate, to produce, manipulate, store, communicate, and distribute or disseminate information. Now, in this definition, it is any technology. So an example of this technology is our computer. So an example of this technology, an example is our personal computer. Personal computer. Also, we have the handheld devices, right? The handheld devices. Now, our personal computer or the handheld devices. These handheld devices are, or it can be laptop, it can be our mobile phones, etc. Now, for instance, let's take the mobile phone for example, or let's use this mobile phone. Now, the mobile phone produces, manipulates, it stores information, communication takes place with this mobile phone, and also it disseminates or distributes information. So let's bring this to our normal lives using mobile phone on WhatsApp. So before one can send a message to the other, one, you must produce the message. Now, then sends the message to the other person, right? Now, same as if you want to store something on your phone, the same thing applies. You have your storage, you have your, maybe let's say you are using an iPhone, so you have an iPhone storage, or an Android, you have your storage, you store things, so all your pictures stored on the phone goes to your phone storage. Also, you can call using your mobile phone, so communication takes place using the mobile phone, and also we distribute or disseminate information with our mobile phones. So I hope you understand the meaning of information technology now, where we said information technology describes any technology that helps to, or that helps produce, manipulate, store, communicate and distribute or disseminate information. Now let's move on to the parts of IT, or the part of information technology. Now let's move to the part of information technology. We have computer technology. What is computer technology? So computer technology is programmable and also multi-used, and also it's a machine. Computer is a machine, right? So when we say computer is programmable, or when we say computer technology or programmable in computer technology, now we mean computer only understand a set of instructions. So over here, the computer work the computer works based on instructions, or the program the user gives, or the instruction the user gives to the computer. So for me, or instance, you can give an instruction to your computer. We all do this every day when we are using the computer or our laptops or even our mobile devices. When we say computer, it doesn't mean the one we see like a monitor, keyboard. No, they are all computers, right? They are all made up of computer. Computer is in general. So a monitor is a computer, your phone is a computer, your laptop is a computer. Now, so we all give instructions to computer. So when we say computer technology, one, it is so sorry. So the computer technology is a programmable. So it's a programmable multi-use. So it's a programmable multi-use machine. Let me write the machine here. So it's a programmable multi-use machine that accepts data, raw facts and figures. So data, raw facts and figures, and process it and processes. Okay. Or manipulates. Don't worry, I'll explain this. So let me end here. So computer technology is a programmable multi-use machine that accepts data, raw facts and figures, and processes or manipulates it into information we use, such as summaries, total or reports. So note that the computer only understands zeros and ones. That's the language of that's the language the computer understands, binaries, zeros and ones. But the one we see over here, or the one the users see, let's say this is our computer, right? You instructed or you typed AMA, AMA on your keyboard. This is your keyboard, right? And you typed A, this is A, let's say M, and this is also A. You type this on the keyboard. It's displayed here, right? But the computer or the monitor don't understand the AMA. The computer only understands this zeros, so ones and zeros. That is binaries. So let's say maybe the AMA could be 11001101. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yes. So the A over here, the computer, let's say this is an example. Maybe the computer understands the A as this. So I'm not saying this is the exact binary for A, but the computer only understands zeros and ones. So the A we see over here, when we relate it to the computer, this is how the computer understands A. So when we say it's a programmable, this is what we mean when we say it is programmable. Now, let's move to this. So we are breaking the definition down. Now we have multi-use machine. So multi-use machine, the computer can do many different tasks, not just one. So it is a multi-use machine. We can use the computer for many tasks. Your mobile phone like this, whilst playing music, you can be also texting someone. Yes, we are doing two things at the same time. You can take a video someone, after that you can do this, you can do this, or you can open this app. And also now we can even split our mobile phone into two. Samsung users normally do that. They have that feature, and other phones, they can split the mobile phone into two sections. One will be playing or doing something else, and the other one will be also doing something else. So when we say multi-use machine, that is the meaning of it. Now, when you say accept data, now computer accepts data, raw facts and figures, right? So data is a raw fact that hasn't been processed yet. So it is a raw fact. That's a raw state. It hasn't been processed. So when I say A, it hasn't been processed into the computer. A is in my mind, but I haven't typed it on the computer. So it hasn't been processed in, or it hasn't gone through any process, right? Now, and also when we say manipulate in a definition over here, the manipulate means calculate, processing, right? When we say, okay, so in a definition they said processes or manipulate. So these two, processes or manipulate, can be also calculating, comparing, sorting, organizing, and analyzing. Then also produces information, right? So whatever we do, I've breaked or I've explained this definition very simple. I've made it simple for you to understand. So after all this, you are going to get a feedback, right? After all this, you are going to get a feedback. So that is what we mean by computer technology. Now, let's look at the other part of information technology. So we've already explained computer technology. Now over here we have communication technology. Now, what is communication technology? So communication technology is also called telecommunication technology. Why is this called telecommunication technology? Because it consists of device and system for communication, right? So the mobile phone, our laptops, and other devices for communication, they all falls under the communication technology. Now, let's break this down. So over here, we have communication technology refers to the tools, devices, and systems used to send and receive information over distance. So they refers to the tools, devices, or system that is used used to send information over distance or network. In the definition, we don't have network, but I decided to add network. Why did I do that? You cannot use these devices without a network, right? So it refers to the tools, device, or system that is used to send information over distance or network. So some of these tools are, so these tools are: one, we have the telephone, we have the radio, we have the television and stuff, right? But these consist of electromagnetic devices and systems. So when we say electromagnetic devices, they allows people to communicate from one place to another, whereby nearby or very far. So let's explain this electromagnetic. So electromagnetic devices are electromagnetic devices and systems allows one to send. So here that is used to send or receive. Sorry, so send or receive information, right? So allows one to communicate from one place to another, right? So there are devices and systems that allows one to communicate from one place to another. So some of these devices use signals. So some of these signals, they use signals, right? So some of these devices or some of these signals are: one, we have the radio waves. We have the radio waves. Two, we have the microwaves. Three, we have the light signals or fiber optics or the fiber optic. Now, these signals carry messages. So these signals, they carry, so all these carry messages like, so they carry messages like, they carry voice, they carry text, they carry images, and also videos. When you get to level 200, you'll be doing networking, so you understand all these. When we say electromagnetic or some of these signals, you understand everything. So now, these waves or this signal carries messages like text, voice, images, or videos. So these are all parts of the communication. This allows communication to take place. So when we say communication technology, we have these there. Now, I made mention earlier that some of these devices of communication technology is: one, your telephone or your mobile phone, your radio, satellite, you have the broadcast television, you have the TV cables also. So these are the parts of information technology. Now, we move to how IT is used in education. We are all in the university, right? We use IT in everything. So in the education sector, 99% of schools have access to internet. So let's take UPSA for instance. So this is the school, right? The school is UPSA. Now, on campus, we have Wi-Fi, right? Don't ask me for the Wi-Fi password. Go and look for it yourself. So we have Wi-Fi on campus, right? We have so many Wi-Fi, and you have access to internet through. So you have access to the internet through your mobile phone, right? Your mobile phone over here. As a student, your phone, you have access to the internet because you have a SIM card in the phone. Now, 85% of college students own their own computer. So when you come to UPSA, about 85% of students own their own own their own computer. Remember I said computer doesn't mean uh, monitor or something. Your phone is a computer, so you own it, right? So this one I can even do 100% because everybody has a phone in the university. Now 3/4 of college students use the internet for more hours per week. So 3/4 of students use the internet for more hours per week. More hours per week. There are many. We even use the internet for assignments. Distance learning takes place through, or they uses the internet for class, online, everything on the internet. So we used internet or IT in the education sector. Now the use of information technology in the university or college. Now when properly migrated into the curriculum and the classroom, information technology can: 1. Allow students to personalize their education. 2. Automate many tedious and rote tasks for teaching and managing class. 3. Reduce the teacher's workload per student so that the teacher can spend more time on reaching individual students. So as I said, we use the internet, or we use the internet for our assignments, group works, and other academic works. This reduces the workload of the student. This reduces the workload of the teacher. Okay, so because of internet nowadays, especially AI, we use the internet or AI to study without even having a teacher by our side. There are so many online courses out there you can study, or you can watch videos on it so that you get your skill, or you get some kind of idea about the course. So we use the book says 85%, right? But I will say 100% or 99.9%, because now the use of AI is becoming serious. You can even use AI to generate images and all stars. So no need to even go to photo shoots, but you have to go to the photo studio and take your pictures. Don't rely on AI. Now, so we use internet, or yes, we use internet in almost all of the things we do when it comes to education or academic work. So have you seen the use of information technology now? It has made things very easy. Now we move to virtual. What is virtual? Right? So let's look at the definition of virtual. So virtual means something is created, stimulated, or carried on by means of a computer or computer network, but also that it seems almost real. So virtual, right? In UPSA, in UPSA, we have something called virtual site. Virtual site. That is where your slides, your lecture slides, so your slides, it's and also you can see some videos even on the virtual site, right? So virtual, that is either stimulated. So sometimes you see, I remember way back in level 100 second semester, we were asked to create or build an ATM machine. We don't have to go to I think We don't have to go and buy stuffs and create the ATM machine a real. No, we just created a stimulator, an ATM stimulator. So we run the program on our laptops and it's worked as a real ATM, right? Now we also have a bank card. Let me see whether I get a bank card over here. So this is GCB bank card, right? This is real. But we also have online cards that are virtual cards. You can use them to purchase things online. So it is just a stimulator, right? It represents this. It looks like it's real, but it's not real. But it represents the actual thing. So we have virtual cards online, right? Let me put this down. So as I said, virtual site. Let's use this for example. So when you go to your virtual site, or when you visit UPSA virtual site, so UPSA virtual site, you are going to see your courses, your slides, and your videos there. It's just a stimulator. The site is just a stimulator where we upload the slides and everything there. You see, it makes it look real. You understand? So one, we have the virtual airline ticket. You can buy a ticket online. We have the virtual money. The virtual money is the one that is on your phone, Momo. So Momo is a virtual money. So we have virtual money. One, we have virtual money. That is into bracket Momo. Your Momo is a virtual money. It's on your phone. It's like a real money. You can use it for transaction, right? But it's not physical. So it represents the actual money. Now we have the PayPal. Have you heard of PayPal before? Yes. So we also have the PayPal. Then also we have the online bill payment. We also have the online bill payment. So have you seen? These are all virtuals, right? Now let's look at the job and careers. So hotel, desk clerk. So we have the job. So the job is, let's say, hotel. Let's use a hotel, right? So in a hotel, we have the desk clerk, right? Or the receptionist. So the desk clerk. Now when you go to the hotel, first thing you visit the reception, right? They show you they are responsible for telling you your showing your room and everything, right? So they use computerized reservation system, so you can book a hotel online, right? So they use a computerized reservation system, right? So you, like when coming to UPSA like this, let's okay, let's not use the hotel, let's use UPSA hostel. I know most of you suffered before getting it, so you don't want to remember the thing. So let me remind you small, okay? So UPSA hostel, when you were coming or when you're booking the hostel, you did it online, right? So that is a computerized reservation system the school has, right? So you booked it online. After that, you received a message with your password and everything. Then you went on to the bank and did all necessary payments before having access to the school hostel, right? Also, we have when it comes to the law enforcement, officers use computer to check stolen cars. So when it comes to law enforcement, right? Law enforcement. You see, sometimes a stolen car, sometimes somebody will import a car from outside the country. When the car gets to Ghana or when the car reaches the country, they will detect that this car is a stolen car. How? So they use computer or they use IT capturing that the car is a stolen car. And also to check criminal record. Now we don't write records in book. What if the place got burned, right? What if the place or your storage room where you keep all the files is bent? You are not going to retrieve anything. But now we have OneDrive, right? We have Google Drive. You can just upload every record there. Even when your computer is stolen, you can log in with or you can log in to another device and retrieve all your records. So you see how IT has made things similar. So we end this lecture here, right? If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe.